Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, your technical trader. It is Tuesday night, September the 10th. These are the charts of the day at detechtrader.com. It was another good day on Wall Street and possibly an important technical one because if we continue from here, we could really just get a big squeeze and a pop. But a lot of stocks individually did well today. Let's take a look at some of them. The stock we've been following in the biotech sector, AcceleRx. You can see the chart over the last year has been wonderful. It's gone from like 2 to 14 and recently pulling back down and consolidating, but this line here is a key line that it just took out, moved up to resistance, and today popped through the moving average and spiked up 81 cents or almost 8% on 467,000 shares. So you can see it's in the process of potentially breaking out. The volume was the best in about 3 weeks, and at about, like I said, just under 500,000. But if this is the breakout and the stock is going to move, I'm looking for at least a retest of the highs up in this, let's call it 13.5 range. And then for the next move, we're looking for 15.5. Those are my targets on ACRX. ADEP, ADEP. Well, certainly a beautiful breakout of this base caused us to give you a swing trade. The stock has exploded, reached our swing target by hitting 6.25 today. And it backed off to 592. It's still up on the day, but I wanted to show you that it has reached our resistance level and key resistance and key swing trade target right up here. So let's look for, unless we can get a really explosive move, I'm thinking we're going to pull back and do some sort of consolidation like we had in here at least. AFOP, soon to be split 2 for 1, broke out of a key wedge today. As you can see, the pop closing up 245 or 6.4%. 681,000, the best volume at about 7 or 8 sessions. And it looks like at least mid-channel is coming up around 45, where we could reach this thing and really start to run into higher levels. And that would be about a 22.5, 23 range close split. Caesars also reached our swing trade target. It's been doing very well of late. And since mid-June has gone from 12 to nearly 26. Just since we broke it out here and got a swing trade on it and got a little bit of a pullback. From that point, at 1748, we reached 25.94 today, or about 8.5 points. Terrific move for Caesars, but it has reached mid-channel. It has reached my swing trade targets 1 and 2. I'm not sure if we can extend sharply through here, but momentum is strong on it, and the volume was terrific today. Let's see if this can continue, but it wouldn't shock me if we got a pullback retest in this zone. Galectin Therapeutics. Well, the very nice pattern was followed by breakout here, falling wedge there, and then an accelerated move here, which pulled back and formed kind of a wedge, broke out sharply, and then wedged again, broke out and formed a little flag, and today had an important move across that resistance line, moving up $1.14 or 15% on 500,000 shares, the biggest volume in about 4 weeks. More importantly, we have double resistance around 9.25, which should be reached shortly. That's my short-term target, and it may be difficult to get through, but if it accelerates, I wouldn't be shocked to see 10.5 or 11 or better short-term. This could start to accelerate here. It's a multiple-year high, and as a matter of fact, if it gets through the 2011 high of 942, it's a new all-time high. We'll keep an eye on this one. HIMX. I'm really liking this big thrust, followed by this little micro-wedge for 3 days. And look at the low volume pullback. Technicals look good. If this stock can hold here, we may see another spike that takes it to the 9.5, 10 range, which on a short-term basis would not shock me. But my swing trade remains at 12.5. KOG. What a nice move since April. And the long-term chart shows key resistance here broken out, short-term resistance there broken out, and key 2012 high of 1090 was taken out today with a move to 1102, and it closed at 11, just 2 cents off the high. So very nice move after dipping in the morning at 1060. I very much like the way that looks, and we're at key resistance right here. However, my next target is up around 12.5 and then 15. Those are my targets going forward. KOG. Top 25 stock LCI. Lanet had a nice move today. This is another drug firm, broke out of a key resistance zone, or this declining top sign, I should say, and a key consolidation zone yesterday, and it thrusted today of $1.43 or 10%. Mine was the biggest in months. At this point, I'm looking for the stock to make it run at this high here, around 17. Micron's been doing great of late, particularly with the announcement of that HIMX fire. The way I've had the lines drawn in and the way lateral resistance looks, we may very well take this all the way up to 19 short term. That's my target on a swing, even though I don't have a swing out on it. That does look good. However, on the downside, make a note, 9 days in a row the stock is up. Very rare for stock to go up 9 days without any pullback. So watch for some potential test of this line on a pullback. If it's a low volume one, it could be an interesting buying point. PTIX, after the big pop that happened in August, this is what occurred. A 3.5-week coil with the last several sessions being awfully narrow and quiet. Yesterday it stirred a little bit. Today it popped a little bit. Volume increased to 900,000. And we are testing now this little spike high of 343. Today's high 344. So, and it closed right at 343. So a gap opening or any move through the zone could very well get us to charge up towards the 5.5, 3/4 range on a short-term basis. Definitely one to watch. TPLM in the junior oil group, this stock did very well today. And over the course of the last few years, let's say 2 years, we've had a spike down, spike up, and then it's lateral consolidation. Big base, which could support a rather large move. At this point, I'm going to take a look at this zone in here, around 9.5, as a resistance zone that if we get through, we could shoot this into the 12, 13 zone short term. UEPS, really liking the way it's setting up here. The last couple of days after the pullback to mid-channel, popped up a little bit, and today an increasing volume of more than 500,000 was up a couple percent, 20 cents, even though it did reach as high as 10.59. So we did get a pullback from the spike high reach after the breakout of 11.68, today's high 11.59. So we got a double top around the 11.60-70 zone, and a move through that could get us up to 12.5, 3/4, my short-term target, followed by 14 thereabout, 13 3/4, 14 secondary target. YY, well, YY's been doing great, and today another 239 or 5%, 3.5 million. You can see the move in the last 5 sessions has taken it out of the falling wedge through lateral resistance, and now through the prior high, which I think is key at 48, closing at 48.88 up, 239 or 5%. So at this point, I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth wave to complete up towards 60, 62. Lastly is zone ZHNE, which popped, coiled, broke out for 1 day, and then coiled for 5 more. Yesterday, it made a bit of a move, and today it popped through. Now, it didn't close great, but it closed right on resistance, which on the pullback intraday is fine. You can see that the spike high here at 348 was nearly equal to 337 today. Well, what I look for now is, can we get through that 345.50 zone, and then we're on our way to 4.5, 3/4, followed by 6 on zone. That's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.